Goes without saying that we shouldn't work out on an empty stomach, but just what should we be eating and drinking to keep our energy up and lessen our recovery time? Fitness and nutrition expert and founder of Precision Nutrition, John Berardi, is here to fill us in. And John, you know what you're talking about. You've got quite the client list. Major league sports and all sorts of things.
Absolutely.
So what we wanted to do today is talk about foods that we should be having pre-workout and then kind of work our way over to after the workout stuff.
Absolutely. It's a really hot topic nowadays, largely because people are understanding that, you know, when you think of sport nutrition, you think of elite athletes, Olympians, professional athletes. But see, we don't think of it that way. We think of it as exercise nutrition.
Right.
Because really what they're doing is fueling their exercise sessions. And if you exercise, you fall into this category. So you can use the same tricks and, you know, tips that professional athletes would use to have a better workout when you go, whatever it is you do, and to recover from those workouts so that you're better tomorrow than you were today.
And you don't think about that. I mean, a lot of us would just, you know, go to the gym or, you know, get on a treadmill at home, whatever it is, and just think, okay, got the workout in without thinking about the nutrition aspect of it.
Absolutely, and the nutrition can help you feel motivated leading into a workout and recover better and be less sore before your next workout. So we have some great things for that here today. One of the ones that's really getting a ton of research attention now is beets.
What is it about beets?
Yeah, you wouldn't really think about this, but there's a specific component in beets that actually helps to, if you want to call it, expand or open up the blood vessels. And what that does is it helps to bring more blood to your working muscles. So if you go for a run, for example, you can run faster for the same distance or further for the same time by simply having some of this. And you know, some progressive sports nutrition companies are putting actual beet extracts in their product for this very reason. Another thing we have is coconuts and coconut water.
About coconut water. Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I'm not saying sort of coconut water is the thing everyone should be doing, but it is a great source of electrolytes and a great source of hydration. So, again, we have some cool whole food components that are showing to have a great effect on your exercise.
Basically, so again, things we might have in our fridge,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, then when we work to sort of the post-workout recovery, because you know if you've gone hard at your workouts, you can feel sore and tired for the next session. So how do you get that to go away more quickly so you can feel recovered when it's time to exercise again? So we one great thing, cherries, actually. Cherries have some components in them that help to reduce muscle soreness, which is a fantastic finding because most of us like cherries anyway.
How many would you, was it just taking a handful? Is there a certain amount?
I mean, a small amount is helpful, but cherry juice is really useful, and a lot of people are actually adding protein to a cherry juice and making a protein shake.
But you wouldn't want a cherry juice that has the sugar in it. This would be...
Yeah, added sugar you probably don't want. Cherries have their own natural form of sugar in them, but that carbohydrate is really useful for recovery from exercise if you've gone really hard because you've burned carbs during that workout, so it's great for that recovery
Isn't that interesting? Cherries. What else do we have here?
Well, we actually have, you know, things like cherries. We have some things like, we brought potatoes to illustrate that there's actually some cool stuff going on in sports nutrition now where you can extract the protein out of potatoes.
How so?
Yeah, well, potatoes have a small amount of protein when you actually eat the whole potato, where you get the starches. But you've probably heard of whey protein, which is an extract of milk.
Yes.
Well, some people are intolerant to whey protein. It either hurts their belly or they get sort of nasally and congested from it. So, you know, when you're looking at sort of vegan or non-dairy sources of protein, you can find it in potatoes, in peas, in a host of other foods that aren't dairy-based.
And that's good to know because somebody would look at potato and think it's a starch, it's a no-no. When it comes to diet nutrition, that is very, very interesting.
Yeah, the potatoes themselves are great for post-exercise carbohydrate recovery, but again, some products now are containing protein from potatoes for recovery because they're high in amino acids and the branched chain ones in particular.
And as you say, these are tips that anybody could use. These isn't just for pro athletes.
You can take a whole food approach and just focus on the foods that have more of these things, or if you don't want to eat a beet every day or a handful of cherries every day, you can choose specific sports nutrition products that are available for this.
Great to have you here, John. Thank you so much for the information.